Hello. So this is my first attempt at doing a do-it-yourself modification for my Intex Pure Spa LED light to get it to fit my Lazy Spa Havana. So there are some different methods people use to get these lights to fit and to work. There are even some people who have actually gone and designed threaded adapters. Now the problem with the threaded design adapter is you sacrifice the ability to use the Chem Connect, so you would have to go back to, say, a traditional floater. This method allows you to continue to use the Chem Connect. It doesn't obstruct it in any way because the flow all goes straight through and out. And it is a relatively simple and least intrusive method as far as like getting in the way of things or hassle when you're doing maintenance and things like that. Now there is another one that I've seen out there where they've like zip tied it to the filter. And in theory, it seems like a good idea, but when you take a look at the network of zip ties that they had to put on there to get it to secure properly, and, you know, potential issues if you have to, you know, pull out the filter or filter housing, where it's just kind of, I don't know, in my opinion, it's kind of a pain. And of course, you had to take off the back of the LED light to run all the zip ties through. With this method, it's just simply 2 zip ties, and this thing here is actually, that is the holder that you get when you buy like a bulk set of vitamins, kids vitamins from Costco. So that's literally what it is. That's how we got it. We bought some vitamins for the kids, and there were 2 bottles, and this was the holder that was holding them together. It fits perfectly around the back of the Chem Connect here. And this one, you know, obviously it's a little more of a rough fit for the Pure Spa LED light. But anyway, so this is my first experiment with it. I'm going to go ahead and try and run it where this is going to be facing up. So it's going to be above the Chem Connect, just because I think that's the method that'll work best with this configuration. But I'm going to experiment with it a bit. And so the idea is that even though it's not, you know, secured to the Chem Connect here, what you'll do is you'll put this in place and then just put the Chem Connect on over it, and then it'll hold it in place. So yes, it will come off when I pull the Chem Connect off to do maintenance, but it's something where you can easily, you just put it back on and put the Chem Connect back over it, and it's good to go. So that'll be about literally the only hassle. The other thing is, of course, you want to make sure that you don't cover up this end here where you need to get batteries to replace them periodically, you know, for the light. So as far as the light is concerned, it should be a fairly simple configuration, relatively low hassle in maintenance. And anyways, I'm going to go ahead and try it out and see how well it works. I'll try and give, you know, like a night update and things like that. But I may also just do a day update just so that people can see just how it sits in the tub and how it holds in place. Now, one of the things you do want to make sure and do when you do the zip ties, you want to get the secure ends on the inside of this lip as much as possible so it's not poking back into your tub. And as an additional safety measure, I actually took a little candle lighter and melted the end here just so it wasn't quite as sharp. This one wasn't too bad because I got it right down to the end, but this one was a little on the sharp side. So I actually took you know, a heated candle lighter and just put it down there and kind of melted the end just a little bit. And it actually worked really well because it's a lot better than it was. It was really jagged before. So you don't want to risk anything puncturing your tub, of course. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead now and try and put this in place. So I'm going to pause this, and then I'll, once I've got it in place, I'll go ahead and do a quick update. Okay, so slight change in plans and configuration. I ended up going with a side configuration there, and it seems to work best when I hang it to the right side. I tried it above, and it was too awkward. The Chem Connect wouldn't fit on quite right because the plastic just pushed against it too much. So what I ended up doing was just flipping it there to the side, and it went on perfectly, holds in place perfectly, and the light just sits there and just kind of does its job. You'll have to pardon the tennis balls in the way there. I'm using this as an experiment to see if that actually works. So anyways, but that's kind of how it is in place. And you can see the light on right now. Obviously, it's daylight, so it's not showing up very well. I will do a night video with it in place, just so that people can see kind of how it works. But I'm actually pretty pleased with how this turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to the jets, and that way you can kind of see just how well it holds in place. But it's zip tied in place, so I mean there's not really a whole lot that it can do as far as where it can go. And the Chem Connect holds the other end down. So, all right, hang on a second. Okay, so you can see it down there through the churning, whirling bubbles. It's not going anywhere. Chem Connect's in place. The light's in place. Kind of obscured right now by all the bubbles, but it is still going. And as I said, I will do a night video just so you can kind of see how much it actually lights up the tub, makes it look great. Something I've been missing for a long time. It just doesn't do the same job floating on the top. It doesn't illuminate the tub the way it does when it's in the proper placement right down about there. And anyway, so this is a cheap and simple solution for folks who want to add an Intex Pure Spa LED light to their Lazy Spa hot tub with a minimal of hassle, where it's not getting in the way a lot, and without having to sacrifice, use a Chem Connect or something like that. And that's all I've got, and thanks for watching.